Okay, so this video is going to be about fire and ways that you can give back to this element. And so that can look like ceremony, offerings, or gratitude. I just want to start by saying that learning friction fire is not a party trick. It's not, something you just do and then like to show off or, to have this primitive skill. There really is a respect that's needed to cultivate with this element. And whether you're lighting a fire with a match or, gasoline or or a friction fire kit, fire is a super powerful teacher of transformation, of course, and heat, and you can easily get burned. You can, start forest fires. There's a lot of risk and also impact that you can have, both positive and negative, through engaging in the elements of fire. So I wanted to just speak to some of the ways that, we give back and we honor and we respect this element, especially when we're starting with friction fire. So the first thing is gratitude. Of course, that shows up in many ways in our life, but specifically with fire, before starting, we generally share with our participants that you want to sink into not only gratitude for your kit and all the trees or plants or animals that have come into making this kit, also for yourself and also for the skill. Maybe it's your teachers you give thanks to, and giving thanks to the element of fire. And a practice that I really love is asking fire, what can you teach me this time? Because every single time you start fire, it will be different for so many reasons, and realizing there's always a teaching to be received when you start a fire, especially by friction. But I would argue anytime you're working with the element, there's always teachings to be received. So in terms of offering, fire is, like we said, this element of transformation, of heat, of power. And so you can give offerings directly to the fire. So that could be medicines, tobacco, sage, cedar. It can also be, written words on a piece of paper. It could be items that you're trying to dissolve or end the cycle or kind of burn out. And then, one way that whenever we're eating by a meal, we will make an ancestor plate and offer the ancestor plate back to the fire. So knowing that it's important for you to do this in your own way. Just because we've mentioned a few things, that doesn't mean that you have to walk this path in that exact way. But what is a way for you to give thanks and give offerings back to fire? And the last piece, having this element as ceremony. So when we start a fire, especially as a group, we always bring the fire to life with song. And so knowing fire songs, if that's something you feel called to, but in some ways it is a very sacred, it's both. It's a very sacred act, and it's also in some ways very mundane. Fire and that element is part of our day-to-day life all the time. So finding your own way to work with this element, whether it's in ceremony or just in your day-to-day, and just remembering that how you show up, how you make fire, how you tend to fire, how you close fire, and how, you put your fire away at night, or however you're doing, is always coming from a place of respect and true presence and honor for that element.